Hi, welcome back to Cooking for Cancer and Chronic Disease. My name is Julia, and this is Angela.
Hi, welcome back.
We're both registered dietitians. Today we're going to be showing you a recipe on strawberry corn salsa, which is a perfect recipe for summer.
Yep, all summer ingredients.
Yeah, we're utilizing things like berries, which are great in the summer. Corn we have. We're using canned corn, but you could use fresh corn on the cob, which would be great, especially in the summer. We're using summer tomatoes, which are great. So let's get started.
Okay. So the recipe we're bringing you today is from Taste of Home. We found it online. The specific recipe will be in the description of the video, so we'll share that with you. Super simple recipe. It's a spin-off of your typical salsa that's just tomatoes, but this one has something sweet, strawberries.
Right.
So like Julia had mentioned, a lot of in-season fruits and vegetables. We're using some fresh herbs. We're using green onions. If you are a gardener, I'm sure you have majority of these things.
Yeah, you're right.
In your garden. So, and like Julia also mentioned, using fresh corn in the summer is probably recommended. You know, we have canned corn just to make it easier on us. And then, you know, we want to keep in mind the convenience factor.
Sure.
So to actually use fresh corn may take a little bit more time.
Right.
May,
To cook it, cut it off the cob.
Yeah, like take off the
husk.
I said cusp. You know, there's a few extra steps to this. So keeping it simple is what we encourage, to keep your recipes 30 minutes or less for sure, and to spend less time in the kitchen, less cleanup. That's our goal here.
Yeah, and I was thinking you can even buy like a pre-made pico de gallo kind of thing and then just add things like the strawberries and the green onions, because those are just kind of the additions, and the corn.
I love that idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
extra easy.
So to get started, I'll read the ingredient list off to you. It's 2 cups of fresh strawberries, chopped, which I did already roughly chop those. 2 cups of grape tomatoes, also chopped. I feel like with a salsa consistency, you want them to be bite-sized pieces, right?
I would think so.
So I cut them pretty small to make it similar to a salsa consistency.
Like almost like a diced tomato, not just like cut up into big chunks.
Right. So depending on what you like and what you prefer, you can, you know, do whatever you want. The recipe calls for frozen corn thawed. We're using canned corn. Again, fresh is an option too. Right. 2 green onions, 3 tablespoons of minced fresh cilantro, which we have here, olive oil, raspberry vinegar. So this is strawberry vinegar. It's the only thing I could find from the Whole Foods website, but it was expensive.
Yeah, and I've never seen it before, to be honest.
Yeah. So what could we use as alternatives?
We were thinking just some additional lime juice, because there are these 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and then this is just an additional 2 tablespoons. So maybe just like a full 4 tablespoons or a quarter cup of the lime juice.
Yep.
Even apple cider vinegar, I'm sure, would work perfectly.
Exactly. So again, you can vary this, and it only, like you said, requires 2 tablespoons.
Right.
So you can use something in replace of that, and it would taste just
Exactly
as good.
the same, yeah.
In addition to that, we do have a fresh lime, adding some 2 tablespoons of that, salt, and then to dip, you can use some tortilla chips. You can use pita bread.
Yeah.
The pita chips. You can just use it as a side dish. You had a great idea.
Yeah, I was thinking it would probably be really good on any sort of like fish dish. Even like grilled chicken, I'm sure would be really good on. I feel like that would be a really good summer like topping for those sort of protein sources.
I love that idea. Yes. All right, so let's get started.
Okay, sounds good.
So I already have the tomatoes and the strawberries chopped, and like I said, I cut them into smaller pieces, so you'll see what kind of consistency you like when it comes to this. It's going to be such a colorful, fresh dish.
Definitely.
And it smells amazing.
It does. We haven't even cut up the cilantro or the green onions, but it smells great already.
Oh, so good. Okay.
I can start cutting up some cilantro
Perfect.
while you're putting those in. And the cilantro is already washed. So we're just going to kind of give that a rough chop. And we were saying before how a lot of times we think to only use the leaves of the cilantro, but we can use the stems. You know, depending on what you're making, you probably won't even be able to kind of get that like texture of the stem. They could be a little thicker, but these ones don't seem too bad. I might cut off some of the like the ends, but we're just gonna give the cilantro a rough chop. Doesn't need to be anything
And I feel like less is more when it comes to cilantro.
Right.
It's a very strong flavor, and if you don't like it, then you can omit it.
Right.
I think even mint would be a great herb to
Yeah,
add to this.
so true. If you have that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap, you can replace it with something different. Maybe
Exactly.
even basil would be good. Like strawberries and basil
so
is like,
good.
and corn. Yeah, actually
Yes.
basil would be really good in this.
Yes. So see, it's definitely versatile too.
Definitely.
As a salsa.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
obviously you
How
pick
much
and
does
choose
this-
how much you want to do because that's a
Okay,
lot.
what does it call for? I did cut up a lot. 3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons.
Okay,
So-
I probably cut up like a full half of a cup. We'll measure out like 3 tablespoons. So that's 1, 2, and that's a big third. I do
Okay.
like cilantro.
All right.
So.
In addition to that, the green onion that we're going to add to this, so it calls for 2 green onions. Now, we were talking earlier too that you can use the white or the green part of a green onion. Typically, the white part of the onion tastes similar to an onion.
Yeah, definitely more, I would say more flavorful than like the
more
greens.
pungent
Yeah,
and strong flavored.
Exactly.
So a lot of times people use that actually within a cooking dish, like if they're pan frying something,
Right.
or roasting, or doing something, actually cooking something, they would utilize the white part. Now for a salsa, the green part is probably the better option for this,
Right.
because it's more or less a
like a garnish.
garnish
It's
and
a
a
lighter
mild
flavor.
yes.
The texture is a little bit softer, I
Yep.
would say, than the white part.
Yep.
So we'll go most of the green. We might go into a little bit of the white
I think
part.
so because I love onions
Yeah.
in my salsa, and this is a fruity based salsa, but still I think the white onion will
For sure, it's a
be
good
flavorful.
balance of like sweet and savory. I feel like
That's
And
also a lot.
this is
of
a lot
onion.
of green onion. Should we add all of it? You think?
No.
Okay, we'll just go like that much.
Yeah,
Okay. Look
It's-
at this is so pretty.
it's so pretty, and I think
Okay, we'll give this a mix.
I really didn't measure the strawberries and or the tomatoes. I
Okay.
used a container of the grape tomatoes,
Mhm.
and then
like a pint of strawberries.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So, depending on who you're making this for, what you're using it for, of course, you can double the recipe, triple the recipe.
Yeah.
You can make it smaller and make it for an individual.
Yeah.
And
I would assume this would hold pretty well in the fridge. So if you did want to make a big
So
batch,
true.
it would probably like last well for the week. I think the flavors would maybe like develop a
probably
little
be
more.
better.
Exactly, as
Yep.
it sits.
Okay.
Okay, so we need
third cup
of
of olive oil.
Okay, perfect. And this is a great way to add some healthy fats, add some good calories. So
Exactly. And I think, just to have fruit by itself is excellent, of course.
Right.
But if you're really lacking flavor and food is tasting bland to you right now, and maybe you're not eating as much fruit as you typically would,
Right.
because of that reason, do you need more?
this is like exactly a third
Okay,
of a cup. So
perfect.
I think that should be good.
This is a great way to spice it up, add some extra flavor, use those herbs you have,
Right.
and really enhance the flavor and the taste of things.
Definitely.
And it's a soft texture. So
Yeah.
it's good if you're having any mouth issues, swallowing
Right.
difficulty.
Definitely. And we're adding things like lime juice and vinegar, which can sometimes help like wake up the taste buds
Yep.
a little bit if you feel like things are tasting a little bit bland. So that could be something good to add on to like some, protein or chips or whatever it might be.
Agreed.
Okay, so what do we need? 2 tablespoons of
Yeah.
lime juice. We'll just cut this.
The beauty of cooking is I never measure anything, so
I know.
I would just be like,
I know. I think I am just
Yeah,
gonna squeeze
definitely
it in.
just
It's
do
hard
that.
to measure like
juice
this-
from
yeah.
an actual lime like that and not
right.
using
It would
the
go
juicer.
everywhere.
Yeah. Another point I was going to make is that Julia had mentioned the healthy fats from the olive oil and adding some extra calories. If you're looking for calories, I think adding it with a dish is a good idea.
Right.
So using your protein like your chicken, your fish, adding this as a side dish, or
sure.
definitely including the chips or the pita crackers or something to boost the calories if you're doing more of a nutrient dense snack.
For sure. Yeah, and I was thinking even like chopping up some ripe avocado in
Love
there would
that.
be really good.
Yeah.
I think it would go well with the other flavors in there and the
Yes.
texture would be good. Okay, so we need another 2 tablespoons
2
of this?
tablespoons of the raspberry
Okay,
vinegar.
I will measure this. I
And
don't
keep
wanna
in
go
mind we're using
crazy.
strawberry vinegar, so it's really probably going to enhance that strawberry flavor.
Yeah.
And I think, again, this is more or less unnecessary.
I think so too.
It's going to be flavorful regardless.
For sure.
If you're a spice fan, adding some jalapenos
Yeah, that
to
would be
this
great.
would be awesome.
Okay, I think
A little bit of salt.
salt.
Can't forget the salt.
So true.
If you're watching your salt, omit.
Right. I'm sure it'll taste
no
fine
need.
without
Yeah.
it.
I'm going to try to zoom in on this.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a try.
Okay. And like we said, we're just trying it with chips, but there's lots of possibilities. I'm sure this would be good with anything.
I'm sorry, you got a Pac-Man
It
chip.
does look like a Pac-Man. Okay.
I want one of everything.
Mm-hmm. Mmm. That's really good. Mmm. It's really fresh. It's light, but like still feels like more fun and exciting than salsa.
And that strawberry.
Right. It weirdly doesn't taste very strawberry.
It's not strong at all, but you get this like hint of sweetness.
Yeah. But like when you think about it, the texture isn't that different from a tomato. Like they're still
So
nice
true.
and juicy, so it's not crazy. I feel like some people might think strawberries and salsa and think that's
Right.
weird, but
No.
it really works well.
It's so worth a try.
Yeah, this is great.
Mm.
I know I want to double dip, but I'm not going to double dip. Okay, well,
Takeaways. So fast.
super quick, super easy. And like we said, there's not a lot of ingredients, and we can definitely omit the expensive strawberry vinegar.
Yes.
We can definitely replace that with something different or extra lime juice. It's nice and refreshing, perfect for summer.
Yep. Versatile. You
Yeah.
can switch out the ingredients, add what you want. I was thinking too how they have like mango salsas.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Similar.
like the same thing.
Yeah, you're just using a fruit to give it this hint of sweetness, and
Right.
it is awesome. I think this would be a showstopper at a picnic.
Yeah, or a
if you bring
barbecue,
it in.
or for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. If you try it, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Like this, follow us.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yes.
Share it with a friend.
Exactly. If you have any recipe ideas, again, leave a comment for us. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching.
See you next time.